Hello everybody, and we are back with round 2 of our second season in Motorsport Manager. We are moving forward after our great, well, I say great, it was a good result in the first race, second place, podium finish. We could have done better had I not messed up on the wet tyres, and lo and behold we arrive here in Germany, and yet again the race starts and it's raining, and for some reason I am on inters. The computer set me up on intermediate tyres, and yet everybody else in this race has started on the softs and mediums. So now is the computer screwing up my strategy? Because I definitely didn't put myself on the intermediate tyres. This is a bit strange and confusing already. Although, to be fair, if the track is wet, like it is now, we should be breezing past all these guys who are on the wrong tyres. And we should pretty much be at the front of the field before the end of the lap. So it's not going to rain for long, it is going to dry out. Okay, maybe they've gambled on it drying out, and that's why they've started on the dry tyres, but that's going to hurt their performance for the first few laps of the race, which gives me a good opportunity to make some positions. Can't really say there's been a lot of developments on the car between the first race and this race. Obviously, I'm still trying to get my reliability improved. I've tried to develop a couple of new parts, but honestly, nothing that's going to revolutionarily make my car a million times better. Not overnight. Like I say, I'm predicting the second season is going to be tough for me. And I'm potentially not going to finish up the second season where I want to be. Which means the third season I'm not going to be doing what I want to do, which is challenge and contend for the championship. I'm going to be probably still building the team. So yeah, anybody who's expecting, me to make quick inroads through the different championship tiers and get to Formula 1 and win that within the next couple of seasons is probably going to be very disappointing, because I can't see that happening, because the car just doesn't develop and improve fast enough. Maybe that's because of the mod I have installed, the Perfect Balance mod. Maybe it's something to do with the custom career team that I've started with. It's all a bit weird. I never had the problem of the cars just basically not improving between seasons when I played the game when it first launched and picked one of the default teams to manage. Gonna make the tyres last a bit now, I think. And then we're going to go on to, we can then go on pit onto the dry tyres. Two cars have crashed because they gambled on the wrong tyres at the start of the race. That was very sensible of them. And another car has retired, even better. I could do with Harry taking 4th place. Come on, that's it. That's it. And then 3rd would be great as well. Looks like the rain is going to come back. Possibly. So I'm going to actually... I don't want to pit... I'm thinking it's going to rain again. So I need to hang out on the inters for as long as I can and avoid a second stop. Means potentially these guys are going to come back at me for a couple of laps when the track starts to dry out before we get that second downpour of rain. But if I can avoid an unnecessary pit stop, that's going to be good. I'm certainly not going to make the mistake of pitting for wet tyres in this race like I did in the last one. That cost me big time. So Lara's managed to keep second place, but she's not really making in. In fact, she's fallen 8 seconds behind the lead car. I know that's because I've been conserving. The dry tyre boys are going to come past me now really, really quickly. No. I want to stay on the inters because it's going to rain again. In a couple of laps, it's going to rain again. Damn it. It's not raining fast enough. Come on. Where's the weather? And Laura's falling back down the blooming track now as well. It's supposed to be raining any time now, according to the forecast. Okay, as long as all these guys come in and pit and put on slick tyres, they're going to have to stop again. And that'll be bad for them. Although, to be fair, I've about used my quota of inters. So I'm going to have to pit anyway. My brakes have took an absolute pounding. That seems a bit strange. And it's raining again. It is raining again. But nearly everybody's stopped now and put on inters. So I've kind of lost out. They haven't messed up by pitting for dry tyres and then having to pit again. They've basically managed to hang out, pit once and put on the inters, so I didn't gain anything. I should have started on the same tyres as them. Don't know why the game made me start on the inters but no one else did. I don't get that. So we've potentially missed out this race then. We're probably not going to hit our sponsor's objective now because everybody's running completely different, you know, the same strategy as us now, the same tyres and everything. We've got no advantage. We certainly don't have the pace to beat anybody on track. I suppose we can hope everybody retires, which is what everyone seems to be doing at this moment in time. With the reliability, the way it is. Everybody keeps retiring. Fantastic. At least it keeps Lara in the sponsor's objective position. But like I said in the last video, this season's going to get expensive. I'm going to, if I can't keep nailing these objectives, I'm not going to be making money. If I'm not making money, I lose a huge amount per race now. And that's going to have such an impact. If I can't spend money to develop parts because I just basically need the money to survive each race weekend, then I've completely messed up my career. I've completely messed up the career mode. We've got a safety car out now. And the safety car is going to be out for 3 laps. Why? Everybody's managed to pit and put on fresh tyres pretty much. We're the only ones who have stayed out. Still trying to one stop, which we can't because we're nowhere near enough fuel. It's interesting. This season's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out and how I sort of change directions. Oh no, the brakes and the suspension are falling apart again because I haven't had time to do any reliability work on those, because again I'm still trying to get my engine and gearbox, which are the two most, you know, time costly elements to repair, get their reliability up so I can, you know, I can be very aggressive with those in a race. But, you know, we need to see. I can't believe it takes my factory so long to do the work to improve my parts. It shouldn't take them 2 or 3 races to just, you know, bring the starting gear up to spec. They should have it done in a couple of days. It's the same when I develop new parts. They should be able to improve those a lot quicker than they are doing. The fact that they never got my engines upgraded last season really still bugs me, still annoys me. I know ultimately I need to look at building my factory up to level 4 to get more staff and more workers, but at this point everybody's pretty much on an even field with the factories. They're all running at round about the same level of factory. I may possibly have one of the higher levels, level 2, There's probably some teams in this championship that only have level 1 factories, and I can't believe that they're capable of developing and improving parts faster than me. Especially when I've got like the best mechanics and best designer by a mile in this championship. So where were we finishing this race? 5th and 6th? Maybe? We'll have to see. Then push the tyres a bit. Because obviously the guys in the pits are going to be on fresher tyres than us. But yeah, maybe 5th and 6th is a good finish. Again, the fact that we finished is a good result because there are so many cars that didn't. 11 cars have not finished this race. You know, it'd be great if in the European Racing Series they didn't award, if your car doesn't finish, you didn't get points, because those cars will actually get points even though they haven't finished the race. I think that would maybe make things a little bit easier on me and my season's objectives if the other teams weren't rewarded for not finishing. Can I vote that rule in at any point? Is there a rule which allows you to do that? You know, if your car doesn't finish the race, you don't get any points. So 4th and 5th? Yeah, I suppose I've got to be happy with the result at the end of the day. Got to be happy with that. We've got both cars across the finish line. We didn't have a massive mess up in the strategy like we did in the first race, which significantly split our cars. They pretty much finished like 1-2 right behind each other. I'll be happy if they can finish every race sort of together. That's fine. We'll be maximising our point return, because I'm pretty sure the other teams won't have their cars finishing quite so close together in races. I'm still rather lucky in the fact that I can pretty much run my cars evenly and run my drivers as equal drivers. I haven't had to basically commit to running one good car at this point in time. I'm still, although that's something possibly for the future I may have to consider changing, making it so I only have one really competitive car and the other car's just just there to make up the numbers sort of thing. It's a risk, it's a gamble, but I know other teams do it, and it's probably financially a lot better and cheaper to do that. It's cheaper to have one good car than two good cars. We shall see. We have to see. There's not a lot. We had a good weekend again. Another good result. That's the first two races where we've got a good haul of points. And that's the thing. If I can start strong every season and grab a few points in the early races while everybody's sorting themselves out, and then it's a case of I've just got to hang on in there. Then I've got to try and just hold ground and hang on for dear life to the end of the season, and hopefully I keep my league position. I wonder if it would be easier to manage GT cars. So again, everybody's getting their stat boosts. Everybody's leveling up. Our drivers are pretty much near, at this point, practically maxed out. They're not going to get a lot better, I don't think. And that obviously leaves me with the problem of the fact that if I am going to re-sign them this season, it will cost me an absolute fortune to do so. I'll probably end up bankrupting the team trying to keep my driver and staff line up. You know, they're going to affect my cost per race. Okay. Well, let's do the interview as always. We have to do the interview. Harry Webb, brilliant finish, 4th place. Laura was a good finish for her. The brakes are holding the team back. Blah, blah, blah. Same old shit. Every interview. So repetitive. Come on, get it fixed. Add some more options in there. Give me some more choices. Now they want to talk about the opposition. No, we're not talking about the opposition drivers. Why give them any satisfaction for being better than us? Anyway, let's move on. 3rd race of the season now then. Milan. Of course, this season's a long season. It's 11 races. Because they voted on adding in that extra race last year. So, we've got an extra race to do this year. Extra chance to win some points. Extra chance to make some sponsor money. But another chance that it's going to cost us an absolute fortune. At least it's not raining for this race. First race of the season where there is no rain. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The rain has kind of helped me out in the last couple of races. My performance doesn't seem quite so bad in the wet. Or should I say the performance gap to my opponents is not quite as big in the wet. Whereas I think in the dry I'm a little bit more exposed. The problem with having such a good start to the season as well, like I have done in the first 2 races, is that my drivers are quite high up the championship standings, which means they're going to be starting at the back of the grid for most of the races this season. Whereas last season, in the first season, my drivers started at the front for a lot of the races, which obviously helped me get some better results. Because I changed my driver's lineup twice, you know, I started off with Andre Gomez and Faith Anthony, and then I brought in Lara and Harry. I basically got to reset my drivers mid-season and basically keep my cars at the front of the grid. I'm not going to have that option this season because obviously I'm not replacing these drivers at this point. So they unfortunately will be starting at the back of the grid for most of the races, or until other cars and drivers overtake them in the championship order and we slowly start to fall backwards. It does mean that things are going to get hard from this point in. Like I say, I'm not making my way up the field. You know, we're almost 20 seconds behind the lead car already. That's how far behind we are. In fact, there's actually, well, there's the lead car, then there's a second group, and then there's like this group that we're in. So the field's already starting to split up into different tiers, and we're at the back of the wrong one. I mean, Milan doesn't suit us anyway as a circuit because we don't have the top speed. You know, that's been evident from the very first race of our career. Our car's top speed is woeful. And I am trying to design and develop engines between races as quickly as I can. That's what I'm putting my money into at this point. I'm going engines, 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 until I reach the point where my designer can't make any better ones because of I don't have the facilities. And then I'm switching to gearboxes and doing those to try and improve, you know, my ability to put that top speed to use in races. But it's a long, long process. And like I say, I can design a great engine, but then it's going to be a couple of races before the mechanics have been able to make it reliable enough for me to use it. Car's retired. We've gained a position because of a retirement. Woohoo! Reasons to be cheerful. Yeah, that sponsor's objective looks a long, long way off. A long, long way off, doesn't it? We have gained a place. Nearly. No, he's going to let him back. He's going to let him come back. Yeah. Car's blown up though. Woo! And I got stuck behind it. How do I get stuck behind the blown up car? That cost me a lot of time, that did. Harry's blind to the smoking car in front of him and drives up its arse. Well done, Harry. I can see this race is not going to be very exciting. It's not going to be a memorable one. It's not going to be one that we're going to be chomping to see the replay of. And the fact that it's only the third race of the season and I'm already performing this badly does not give me warm fuzzy feelings for the remainder of the season. The struggle is real and the struggle is hard at this point. But again, maybe I'm just wrong in the way I look at this, but the car in front of me has got reliability problems. It's got that red icon. How is it still able to pump in lap times that are so much better than me when it's falling apart at the seams? I don't understand that. My cars are healthy and can't compete with a car that's broken. Right, let's think about this. We are going on to another set of softs. I'm going to fuel up. We're going to have to stop again. We don't have enough to make it to the end of the race. We're going to go for a fast pit stop. Save a bit of time if we can. And then basically turn it into a bit of a sprint race, I suppose. If we can. I'd like to say I've been sandbagging at the start of the race with my engine and everything to try and save it for the end of the race so I can go full out at the end. But that's giving me too much credit. And oh dear, I've just realised my mistake. I didn't pit Harry. He's going to run out of fuel. He's actually going to run out of fuel before he can get back to the pits. He hasn't got enough fuel to get round the lap. God, no. No, no, no. See, this is what I was talking about in the other video. My strategy's bad. I'm a bad, bad race manager. Because he's going to run out of fuel, and then he's going to be doing, like... He's going to be, like, limping back to the pits, losing all his positions. His race is effectively over at this point. He's on the start and finish line now. But he's out of fuel. He's out of fuel. He's out of fuel. Oh, and if anybody thinks I learned from this, don't. Don't. You wait till later on in the season. I'm sure I managed to make this same mistake again and even more spectacularly get it wrong. Not to spoil anything for future episodes in the series, but, you know. Let's be real. If I could run out of fuel in this race, I could run out of fuel in other races too. Again, at this point, I should probably be really pushing my tyres and engine mode, because everybody's pretty much on the same strategy as me. They're all running the same tyres. I should be trying to turn this into a sprint race, because they're just going to be sat tootling round under no pressure to do anything. I need to put some pressure on them, so I should have stepped up my game here and really gone aggressive on this stint. But I didn't. Again, I'm just waiting for cars to retire, I think. And hoping it's not going to be mine. We just got mugged. Got mugged for 11th place there. Oh, brakes are going. I'm gonna get some heat in the tyres. I've let the tyres get cold. Couple more retirees. Could do with them retiring from in front of me, really. Everything on my car is breaking down. We're being lapped. We are being lapped. I should be thinking about pitting a car soon. Yes. And let's not forget to pit both cars this time. Fix. Oh, the engine. That's the costly one. That one is the expensive pit stop. An engine is the most expensive. Engine and gearbox. Oh, she's retired. No. The car broke down before I could get to the pits. How? I must have been feet away from... Oh my god, that is unlucky. I was in the pit lane when she broke down. I don't believe that. Damn, my gamble has not paid off. Tried to leave them out as long as I could and bring them in, pit near the end for repairs, and then go aggressive. And it didn't work. I've only got one car left in the race, and he's going to struggle to hang on to the sponsor's position. Yeah, he's been mugged. I'm relying on mechanical failures in front of me now. Oh no, this track, if I ever get the chance to vote Milan out of the championship, I will do. Because this circuit doesn't suit me. I don't have the speed to compete on it. I don't. And it absolutely hurts me and my parts on my car, because I don't have the reliability to even complete the race properly. He thinks 8th place is a good result. Sorry, Harry, that's not a good result. No, it's not. It's a bad result, Harry. Oh, dear God, no. I'm hoping someone gets demoted now for breaking the rules or something. Otherwise this race is going to be very expensive for me, and no one's cheated. So 8th and 14th. Everyone who broke the rules is below me. God. Let's find out how much this race has hurt my bank balance. Wait for Kurt to come on the phone and tell me that I'm doing a terrible job now as team manager, and I can't get the team's finances in order. My job's going to become at risk. Oh, dear. I can't believe how hard this is. This is only, what, the 3rd race of the 2nd season, and it is getting hard. This is harder than the 1st season. Okay. No morale changes. Chairman's not happy. My marketability's gone down, and I lost £700,000, nearly £750,000 in one race. That's not good, with 8 races still to go this season. That's a lot of money I'm going to be hemorrhaging. So join me for the next video when we see how we fare in the 4th race of the season. Hopefully better than this one. Goodbye for now.